Hello, this is Will, barista at Voyager Espresso in New York City, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to brew a perfect cup of pour-over coffee on a Hario V60 brewer. You can apply some of these techniques and use it across other pour-over brewing methods such as Chemex and the Beehouse, but today we're going to be focusing on the Hario V60. This is a very interesting method because it gives the barista or a home brewer complete control over the extraction throughout the whole process. We're going to need a Hario V60 brewer, a mug or a cup, a scale, 21 grams of coffee, about 3 tablespoons of ground coffee, and it's going to be grinded to a medium coarse size, which is about the size of kosher salt. We're going to need a timer and a paper filter. For those who don't have a V60 brewer like mine that has already a filter integrated, basically comes with a stainless steel filter on it, but I still will show you how the whole process goes if you do have one that you need the paper filter. You're going to need some hot water, basically to a boiling point, about 200 and 205 degrees, and some love. Also a grinder that's going to be used to grind the coffee, of course. And without further ado, let's get to it. Our first step will be to fold your paper filter. If you do have a paper filter on your V60, you're going to fold it into a V shape and you're going to place it into the filter. Make sure that it's nice and tight in there. Then we'll give it a rinse by pouring some hot water over the filter. This will serve first to get rid of the woody taste of the paper on the filter, and also it's going to preheat or warm up our mug. That way we're going to have more balanced temperature throughout the whole brew. But in my case, like I said, I'm not going to be using the filter because I have a stainless steel filter already on my Hario V60. So we're going to get rid of this water. We're going to turn on our scale and we're going to grind our coffee. Like I said, make sure it's 21 grams of coffee for about 360 grams of water. We're going to grind our coffee to a medium coarse grind, which is going to be similar to kosher salt. We're going to put our coffee in the filter. Give it a little wiggle, little tap on the table so you make sure you get an even bed. And then we're going to start our first pour. We're going to set our timer, and as soon as we hit ready to start pouring, we're going to start our timer. And we're going to start our first pour for about 15 seconds. Or we're going to begin with a little bit of a wiggle motion, and then we're going to start a spiral motion. Make sure you hit all the dark spots on your coffee bed. Once you get to about 100 to 150 grams of water, we're going to stop it. After the first pour, we're going to give it a little stir with the bottom of the spoon or stirring stick, just to make sure that we don't have any dry clumps in there. And we're just going to let it bloom for about 15 seconds. Basically, this is called the blooming process. What the coffee is doing is degassing. That will give us more of an even extraction all throughout the brew. We're going to let it sit for about 15 seconds, and then we're going to start pouring every 15 seconds. We're going to start pouring water into our coffee. Like I said, we start with a little bit of a wiggle, and then we start our spiraling motion. Let it rest for a little bit, let the coffee drip, and then we're going to start our pour. Like I said, between every 10 to 15 seconds, we're going to start pouring again, just to make sure we get an even extraction make sure you hit all the dark spots on your coffee bed. All the dark spots on your coffee bed with a circular or spiral motion. Pour slowly and let it sit about 10 to 15 seconds. Let it drip, and then we begin our next pour. Try to avoid hitting the sides of the filter itself, since water is going to run right through it basically. Just try to keep it on your coffee. Once we get to 360 grams of water, we're going to stop our pour and just let it drip. The whole process is going to take you about 3 minutes. Our timer is right now just about 2.5 minutes. So we're just going to let it drip for the remainder of the time. And once we hit the 3-minute mark, we're just going to remove our filter, and basically our brew will be done. You should have now a balanced, even extraction on your coffee. Good taste of the coffee bean itself, and you'll be able to taste different flavors depending on what kind of coffee are you using. We recommend using fresh ground coffee. If you can get it, you can order it in our store online, VoyagerEspresso.com. You can also head to VoyagerEspresso.com and see more tutorials on how to brew coffee and other methods of brewing, and also more interesting coffee related content. We are now at 3-minute mark. We're just going to remove our filter, and there you have it. We have about 10 ounces of coffee here, and not bitter, very tasteful, right strength, at least for what I like. If you like a little bit of more strong coffee, you can do use a little bit less water, but basically that's it. I hope you have enjoyed our tutorial, and like I said, you can join us on social media or on our website at VoyagerEspresso.com for more coffee related content. Enjoy.